Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Blushing Mint. This is Dion, and I am here again today, coming to you with another idea to put into our idea journals. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so very much for joining me today and each and every day that you tune into my channel and watch a video, comment. It means the world to me, and I just can't say thank you enough. Hi and hello to all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, for liking what you see, and for subscribing. We hit 600 subscribers, which to me is just unbelievable because I never would have imagined that happening. But I want to thank you all for being here, and I hope that you continue to hang out and find content that keeps you coming back. So thank you so very much. Just needed to get that up and say thanks again. I can't believe it. So anyhow, I have my idea journal here, and as you saw, I did a flip through of the one autumn journal that I went ahead and just finished because it was so close to being done anyway. And then I have these two, which I'm going to be working on throughout this series as well. So anyhow, that's some of the things I'm working on. But today I thought I would come to you guys and I would share with you, I'll put it down here and hopefully you can see it. I don't know where's the best way to do this. I'll hold it like this and you can screenshot. So these are the items on my list currently that I try to include in each handmade junk journal that I create. And so I thought one of the things that we would do is we would kind of just work through this list a little bit on our idea journal journey. And so I thought I would share with you this list. It is always evolving. I'm constantly adding to it. And I do want you to know that I will share this in a document format at some point through this series. I'll come back and I'll put it on my Facebook and my Instagram, and I will share this with you guys at some point when I feel like I've got most of the things included in here that I would. So anyhow, this is my list, and I thought, you know what, let's just go through and work on some of these items. So the last time we did, we were working with window envelopes, and we made this super cute window envelope decoupaged pocket. And I did forget that I wanted to go and sew around it. And so I have several things I'm going to sew around at some point for this journal. So I haven't sewed around this one yet, but I will end up doing that at some point throughout this series. And I'll come back and show that to you as well. But since I had window envelopes out on my desk from that, I thought, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do another window envelope project. So we're going to do the window pocket belly band. So that's going to be today's project. And I did go ahead and I made a sample of this just so you could see what I'm talking about. And so this is the one that I made to actually put in my idea journal. It's made with the papers and whatnot. And then I've just done a book page tag that I covered with some coffee dyed paper, and then I decoupaged some of my napkin on the front. And this is a remnant of the book pages that we ripped out. So I thought, well, let's make this together. So where this is going to go in my journal, I did kind of mark it what I was thinking. And so this is basically a belly band. So when you attach it into your journal, you're going to just attach the two sides. And then that's going to give us a belly band behind. So the belly band to come behind, plus then we have the tag inside the belly band itself. And so this is where mine is going to live for now. Like I said, I may change everything up at some point when I'm ready to actually glue things in and put them exactly where they are. But for now, I love that right there. So let me show you how I make these. So the journals that I'm making here are 5.5 wide by 8 inches tall. So my pockets need to be no wider than 5.5 for a belly band. So I'm going to go ahead and I only need to do 2, one for each journal. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got 2 of the same style of envelopes, so this makes it a little easier. And I should put it in the right direction. So 5.5 is my maximum width. I'm going to cut that down and I'm going to do it like 5.25. So I'm going to cut both of my envelopes to 5.25. Now you can keep these and use these for another pocket, like I've said in the past. Not keeping them, have way too many envelopes. Okay, next, I usually do my belly bands about 2.5 inches tall. And so I'm going to just go ahead and making sure that the closure of my envelopes is to my left. I'm going to go ahead and cut these at 2.5. So now my measurements are 2.5 by 5.25. And that leaves me this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put a decorative piece of paper inside behind my window. So I've gathered some different decorative papers and whatnot that will work with my 2 fall journals. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to use this stripe and I'm going to cut my stripe about 2.25 inches. Like so, and then by 5. I don't need to, let's see. Maybe by 5.25. And 5.25. This is just going to allow me to line these pockets. Like so. Now I do want it to come all the way to the top edge because when I do my thumb notch, I want that to be fully covered. So I'm just going to apply my glue. You can use your glue stick. You can use whatever glue you'd like for this. And again, we just want to make sure that we get that to the top edge of our window envelope here. All right, and because I'm making 2 at a time, I'm just gonna do both of mine at the same time here. All right. A struggle seems real. Okay, now that we have that done, what we need to do is we just need to collage. Let me pull this back out again. So all I did on here is I just collaged around the edges of my envelope. So this is what it looks like without the tag. And so I just collaged around the edge. So that's what I need to do. I just need to grab some paper and I need to do a quick collage. So I'm going to cut a strip of this, and I'll cut a strip of this. And if you are, so you should, if you were using 12 by 12 papers or whatever from your idea journal, you should be able to use any of your leftover strips or anything like that. And that's what I did. I got out my strip bin, and those are the pages that I used to collage over mine. This is just some pages that I know, papers that I know will go with the journal that I'm currently creating, the journals that I'm currently creating. So that's why I'm just grabbing some strips off of this. So I could have had this done ahead of time, but you know, that would make sense. All right, now, so now all you do is literally you just collage. Now, if you want to ink, and of course, I'm going to ink. If you want to ink, make sure that you ink the edges. Now, if you don't want straight lines and you'd rather have, you know, some ripped lines or uneven lines, you certainly can use a tear ruler, or you can just rip your own pages. Whatever you have, whatever works for you, you do that. For the sake of time and everything else, I am just doing straight lines. And then you just literally collage the fronts of your envelopes. Okay. So for this project, to this point, you just need some some window envelopes. You need some paper scraps. You need some glue, and if you're an inker, you need your ink. That's what we need to this point. Okay. Oops, almost forgot to ink my edges. I'd have been sad. I'd have been sad. when you're trimming your papers around your envelope, make sure that you do not cut the sealed edges of your envelope. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can add glue, but you know. Okay. All right, and then one last little piece in the center here. But it needs to be bigger than that. So let me see. Okay. Whoops. Forgot what I was doing. Spread my glue all the way to my edges there. All right, and then ink all the way around, if that's your thing. If it's not your thing, then don't. Okay, so there is my there's my main base of my envelope done. Now I want to do my thumb notch. So this is just over 5 1/4. So that's just over 2 1/2 and 1/8 and whatever that measurement is, because that's a lot of math. So I just put a dot where about the center would be. And then I get my little circle punch, and I'm just going to do my little thumb notch, about like so. and ink that up. Okay, now I need to, any loose edges, depending upon the type of window envelope that you're using, all your edges might be loose, only one edge like mine might be loose. So whatever you have, you want to go ahead and seal your sides, leaving just that top open. And our pocket is complete. Now we just need to do a tag to go inside. So for this, I just went to my book pages that, were my glue pages. And I found one. Just doesn't matter what it looks like. It truly doesn't. And my page is, I just am going to even up my edges, make sure they're straight. Now, if you're using these from your book, you're going to have to cut these down a little bit because they need to fit inside your pocket. For me, these book pages are perfect for the journal that I'm using. And then I just put it in the pocket once it's cut down to size, and I kind of see where along my book page I need to cut so that it's not too long for my pocket. And so I trim it to size like that. And then I just need to decide how I want to make my tag. So for me, I just found a piece of paper, and I just did a coffee dyed and ink dyed piece of paper there. And so I think I'm going to do the same thing for this one, and I'm just going to put this paper on the back. So I'm just lining it with a piece of scrap paper. Whatever scrap paper you have, that's what you use. Because basically it just is going to become a journaling card at the end of the day. So, and again, use whatever glue you're comfortable with. And a quick reminder, as we are coming into September, if you are in a place like Montana or Michigan or some of those other places that get fairly cold fairly soon, this is a good time to think about ordering yourself some additional art glitter glue, because remember, art glitter glue does not ship during the cold season, or if somebody does ship it to you and it freezes, it's not usable. It literally is ruined. So if you are in need, or you think you may need art glitter glue between now and spring, now's the time to order that. So there's your public service announcement from me regarding your art glitter glue. Get it ordered, friends. Don't be like I was last year and I didn't have it, and it was very frustrating on some projects, because art glitter glue is amazing. All right. So now that I covered my one side, I'm going to take my gesso, or as I believe it was Betsy said, you can use white acrylic paint, and I am just going to cover up the text of my book page, just because I don't need the text to show. If you're just going to cover this However, with another piece of paper or whatever, you can skip this step. You don't have to do this step, but I'm going to decoupage my my tags just like I did here. I just added a little bit of decoupage on the front with napkins. So that's how I'm going to do my tags. Just another idea in the process. So I'm going to add my gesso here, and I'm fully gessoing my tag. Okay. Drying it off in between coats. Now, I don't know when you guys are seeing this video. I have lost track. I apologize in trying to get ahead of the game, and then I realized when I posted that I had finished the fall journal that I don't even know if that fall where I introduced that unfinished journal, I don't even know if that video has even aired. So, you know, when you see it on my channel and you're like, whoa, what? She already did it. Yeah, that was just me losing track of time. So, but for me, as I'm filming, today is the 28th of August, it tells me. It is the 28th of August, which is a Monday. And like I said, I have no idea where I'm at in creating or uploading videos. That's the beauty of YouTube, is it tells me when my last video is airing. So I know when to upload it to, when to schedule it for, but I have no idea what my days are. It's a terrible thing. I'm sorry. All right. So now I am getting out some of my little inks, and I'm going to ink my card. You know what? Because my inks are out, I just need to go ahead and I need to create another card real quick for my other ones so that I can do them at the same time. So bear with me. I'm going to just pause you for a second while I do that. That way you don't have to watch me do that. So hang on. All right, so I have my two bases done, and now I am just going to lay down a little bit of color here to put on my tags. And again, I just do that by just laying it, putting a few drops of ink down on my mat. And then I do the whole smoosh technique. And I just smoosh that into my papers. And then I dry it off in between colors and in between layers. And I always go lightest to darkest. Okay. And I probably should be using another piece of paper or book page or something to pick all that color up with, but I just don't have any sitting right next to me that I can reach for and grab, so I'm just not. Okay, now I am not hating the colors that I'm seeing here, so I don't think I'm going to go with that third color. I think I'm just going to leave it the colors that it is currently and set those aside. And then I dug through some of my napkin stashes for napkins that I know will work with the journals that I have created so far. So my windows are more centered to this side over here. So I'm kind of liking this bird. Let's see here if I can. I'm going to go with that. We'll see if it works or not works in my envelope window. I'm using my matte gel medium again. For those of you who have it, use it. If you don't, just use your 2 parts glue, 1 part water. You can use your glue stick to get your napkin stuck down. Whatever you have, if you have your decoupaged glue like I use, that is the 1 part water to 2 parts glue, and I just use my Elmer's School Glue as my glue base. By all means, use that as well. Whatever you have, you don't have to have special supplies to do these projects. Very few projects need to have something that is particularly special. Now, of course, I would get my little bird in a tether here. Need to do a little surgery on my brush. It got a little dried out while I was in between projects here. And I don't really want it to rip any more of my napkin like it already has. Hence why I do love the silicone brush. Is a little easier on decoupage because it's much softer to use. Okay. Have to do a little surgery on that one. This one, let's see. Okay, let's go with this cluster of flowers. Okay. All right. And maybe one other. Like so. All right, now what I am going to do is I'm going to pause you for a minute. I am going to dry off my images, and then I will be right back. So, whoops, I almost forgot to pause you, so hang tight. Okay, so I've got those two done, and they're dry. And then all I need to do is I need to create a tab for the top of these. And I didn't like the way my bird turned out, so I'm going to end up redoing it, doing the second one when I do the other pocket anywho, but that's okay. I'll just end up adding something else to it and using it for something else down the road or whatever. It's not a trash project by any stretch of the imagination. It's just I'm not liking it in this application, so no big deal. All right, so I've got my tab, and I kind of just want to mark where I need to put that on the card at, because I want to make sure that my tab lines up with my thumb notch when it goes on there. So I want to make sure the center of my tab is about the center of my pocket, like that. And then that fits into there. So there is that pocket. And here is the one that's going to go into my idea journal. And so there we have it. These are window envelope belly bands with a decoupaged book page tag. So that is the next idea in our idea series, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it inspires you to get out some of your junk mail window envelopes. I mean, never throw that stuff away. We can use them in our junk journaling all the time. So get out those window envelopes and create yourself a belly band, a window envelope belly band, and a tag to go in your own idea journals. All right, friends, I just want to thank you again for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this project. I hope you will try it yourself, and I can't wait to visit with you guys in the next video. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Happy crafting, friends. Bye-bye.